Richard Nichols, I don't think he's the green light Richard Nichols, but if he is, go for it, Richard. And up the hill he'll come for the first time.
He's green light colored.
Yes, he is. And in second place, it's Lisa Hansen, the girl you mentioned earlier. She's got second place wrapped up for now as they go up the hill and turn into turn one.
And what a crazy turn one this is. They go uphill and it's like 6 lanes wide. As soon as they pass the apex, it's 3 lanes wide.
Yeah, exactly.
So watch, there's that car, Jessica Jonkba. So watch for some carnage there as they come around turn 2. Looks like Lisa Hansen
battling away.
Yeah, looks like she's got taken on the outside.
Yeah, John Wilkins looks as though he's got past as they come under the bridge. And here come the leaders, and look at this, some swaying and swiffing from side to side. As yes, I can confirm now that John Wilkins has gone through in the white 240Z Datsun as they all slip and slide through the S's here at COTA. And high above, we get to see them go through 6, 7 and climb, starting to climb up the hill through 8 and 9, and then they dive through 10. 10, a really, really tough corner because it's a blind entry, and then you dive downhill and flat out down towards turn 11. Best overtaking place on the track, bar 12 and turn 1, but nobody close enough necessarily this time, although one of the BMWs looks as though he's making a move.
Look at this. Oh, here comes that Ford Escort on the inside, taking a risky line, and he gives it away. Oh, and it hits over a bump. Those bumps are really treacherous out here as John Nash goes wide in that Lotus 7. That's such a small car. Sometimes it's hard for these big cars to see it. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not getting a kick out of this, you probably aren't a motorsports fan, as the 07
right
there.
Anderson, yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, that's the BMW, the 2002 BMW.
No, that's the Alfa Romeo.
Oh, Chris Reeder.
Oh, no. That's a beautiful car. It looks like he got back up and going, so that's at turn 3A.
Yeah, and that's it's funny. You don't see that many crashes coming through the S's, but when they do happen, it's kind of, you get on the dirt and the dust, and there's nowhere to go, and you lose grip on the marbles. There's a lot of marbles out there. Oh, this
side by side.
Lisa, still going good.
Lisa Hansen and John Wilkins. Yeah, she's going to get him back. She's one of the most competitive people in our paddock. She doesn't take anything from anybody. Really fun to be around.
Good. And as you can see from the drone, they're all starting to spread out nicely now as they come towards 15 and 16. And little pockets of battles throughout this group. This is Group 8 and Group 12 for SVRA. These are pre-1973 cars. Excuse me, these are production cars up to and including 1972. And the lead is with Richard Nichols in the bright green light colored car.
And I hope we get a shot of the Datsun Fair Lady, as we call it, the 2000, coming on the starting line right now, the black car that's just about to get passed.
Yes.
That's Michael Anderson in a Datsun 2000. And he manages 8 race cars, but that's a really famous championship-winning car right there in the livery that it raced back in the day. Really cool history to that car, as is almost all of these cars. That's the cool thing about coming to these events. You get to walk around the paddocks, talk to the drivers, and everybody's got a story about their car like it's their baby.
I know the question on a few newbies' minds will be, how do you get the parts for all these historical cars? How do they manage when something goes wrong, or you have a prang, or something breaks?
They're there because these were production cars, and there's still so many people around the country racing them, is that people have made, there are still some OEM original equipment stuff being made, but then some of the race shops have made it just to the standards that they were raced, but with new metal, so you don't get the metal fatigue in some of these cars.
Here's your leader coming down towards turn 11. He's got a massive lead at the moment. He just needs to keep going on that, but we've got a good battle starting to form between second, third, and there's fourth place going through. Here comes fifth, and a BMW in sixth place and seventh place. The classic colors of BMW in the 241, and that is Drake Dittman in the 1991 318i just going through. And a few going a little bit wide there. They're not really pushing on track limitations here at the moment, but I'm sure it'll be noted. Gets a little bit stricter in Trans Am. You can see our RV park in the background there here at Austin. A great way to see the races here. You can download the app, put it on the TV. You know, do your Google cast, and then sit in your RV and get your barbecue going. Now that's the way to go racing, surely. Look at this battle down towards 12. A few BMWs spreading out down the back straight.
Yeah, that's called like a B sedan. So those Alfa Romeos. So there's A sedan, which are like Mustangs and Camaros, and then there's the B sedan, which is like the BMWs, the Datsun 510s, and the Alfa Romeo class in the early 70s in SECA and in Trans Am.
You know, it's interesting. You start to see those BMWs of the early 70s, and BMW had a purple patch racing here in America. I think of David Hobbs, Brian Redman, you know, racing around America in sports car and touring car racing, and they really made a name for themselves at Sebring and various other circuits. So you really are seeing some of the marks that made their mark here in the United States of America. Richard Nichols then leads. The gap at the moment is some 4.1 seconds ahead of Lisa Hansen in the Porsche, John Wilkins in third, Michael Anderson fourth, and William Bowditch in fifth place ahead of Mayo Primo in sixth place, and Jeff Winter seventh.
And if this is your first time to Vintage Racing, welcome. We love having fans here. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media channels. But in Vintage Racing, you know, these cars are quite old. So that's a 1971 out there in the lead. And you'd be surprised how many times somebody in the lead breaks down because a 14-cent wire or some 32-cent part or piece of plastic or metal broke, and that, you know, made their engine overheat, or a coil wire came off or something like that. So even though he's got a big lead now, it's not like Formula One when they take the big lead. There's nothing that's going to happen. Anything can happen in a vintage race because you've got a car race, a 1971, a 1969, and a 1970 all up front. Anything can happen.
Just saw a quick shot there of Dwight Anderson in the 07, and here he is coming through the S's here. And lovely sight. Very, very tough technical part of the circuit because you're weaving from side to side. The car wants to keep going straight, but you're turning it.
Look at him roll. Look at the smile on this BMW. You see that?
Exactly. You can see him smiling.
Look at how much fun that BMW's having. Big smile right under that nose of his.
Great spot.
You are. Ooh, we just missed it.
Great spot on the roof, on the bridge there. A lot of fans up there, but spreading out now, and second place Lisa Hansen with some work to do. Her last lap time, or her best lap time, was a 2:38.5, and that compares to a 2:37.7 from Richard Nichols. So Richard Nichols definitely got the pace on everybody at the moment, but the closest person to him is Lisa Hansen, both on track and in timing.
I hope we get a shot of Andrew Mute and Charles Mute. They are in both Group 12, a 1985 BMW and a 1985 Jaguar XJS. They are father and son, and they built these cars together just as they were raced, and they are beautiful cars in our Group 12 back there. That's John Nash right there. He is our Group 3 winner from last year. Really fast driver in that Lotus 7, just trying his best to get past the Datsun.
Saying that Lotus 7, low as it is, how does he see over the 77? He can't see where he's going, surely. He can't. All he can see is two red lights and a blue car. Now he's going to the inside. He's got a bit of a poke of a look there. Here comes your leader, Richard Nichols, sliding out at turn 20, down the main straight here at the Circuit of the Americas, blasting past the main grandstand and echoing that beautiful sound through the grandstand and the paddock, and then climbing all 133 feet up to the first turn.
It looks like, if we were watching this in 3D, that angle looks like they're coming right at us. So cool.
Very cool.
They did really, they did such a wonderful job planning this circuit, almost for TV and photographers.
Well, this hill was a natural incline when they built it, and so they just looked at it and said, well, it looks so much like sort of Spa in many ways in terms of the sort of elevation change that we got to do it, and so they did.
I'm so glad. It's such a cool part of the circuit, and body has perfected it.
No, and hats off to another legend of two wheels, Kevin Schwantz, although he did do a bit of four wheels. He did a bit of Porsche Super Cup racing in his day.
That.
But
that's Greg Wold knocking out to the outside. One of my favorite drivers. He drives a Mini like nobody else. He's so fast. Now he's moving up to a B sedan in this Datsun 510. Really fast driver.
Behind him is the 202 BMW. He's just passed, back with the leader, coming into 11, under braking, nice and smooth.
Look at that paint scheme right
Great,
there.
isn't it?
It is. That's a pretty car. Richard Nichols
bringing
out the Datsun, representing Datsun. This is a Datsun-Nissan event here. We're going to have a Datsun-only race on Sunday. We love to celebrate these marks, and I live in Franklin, Tennessee, not even a mile from where the new Datsun-Nissan headquarters are for North America. So we've got lots of Nissans around us.
Yes, and if you wonder or you don't know, Nissan was... Datsun was the original company, and then they effectively became Nissan after that.
Getting some great shots here at Circuit of the Americas. And Jonathan, this is your home track. This is your home. You announce out of here for everything. What's it like watching this?
It's great. It's absolutely great. And it's a little quieter than we do get for Formula One because it's different. And of course, we've obviously got the restrictions of COVID, so it's a little quieter. But it's just a great track, and I've never heard a bad word said about racing here. I really don't. They love coming here. The fans get great views. If you can get two things right, which is get a circuit that people love to drive and challenge, and you can get a circuit where the fans can have good views, and you can sit on that bank, you can go up the tower, you can be this banking around here, not that grandstand at turn 15, cracking view, but you can sit and have a picnic all the way around the banking here, and that's the beauty of it. Thumbs up! There's the checkered flag, and he gets the thumbs up. Well done to Richard Nichols, who wins here in our second race of the day, Group 8 and 12B, and he waves to the crowd as he comes back up the hill. And second place will go to Lisa Hansen, and the difference was in the end 8.7 seconds. Lisa lost out to him, but John Wilkins takes third, Michael Anderson fourth, and William Bowditch. We'll get a full results in a moment, but a good race, and well done to Richard Nichols. He never looked back, did he?
No, and great representation right there by Datsun Nissan. I think of the top 6, only one was not a Datsun or Nissan.
Yep.